Oh, I got the notification.
Oh, we're live.
Wait, do I have to click on it and do anything or?
We're not streaming. We're
No, it's just loading. It's setting up the meeting right now.
guys, we should do that. We should do the countdown and then sing the iCarly theme song.
No,
We're going live, guys. All right,
Oh, I got the
we're in. We're live.
Send.
Would we get sued or any type of
Yeah,
trouble
like-
for using like a Full House tune and like doing our intro with that?
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know what you get in trouble for. I don't know the rules to this thing. Welcome, everybody. Sorry if you were on waiting for us. For some reason, our account was verified and decided not to be verified by YouTube. It's been over a week, so we apologize for that. But we're live here with some of the most lovely people in the world. They have been here helping me plan everything we've done as youth ministry so far. There's more to the team, but these are the guys who jumped in. So Chris is here, Christy, Danny, Laurel, and July is with me. And we're just going to be chatting today about everything that's been going on. So guys, how are you all?
Pretty good. My exact words, hanging in there. No.
Hanging in there. If you pay attention to what Laurel's eating, it will disgust you. So I have to formally recommend you don't watch her screen.
Please do.
Please do. You might like it. It's sour cream and tortilla chips.
No. If you're gonna try anything,
They're
go
not
to the
basically
sandwich with pastrami on it. Everyone loves pastrami.
a
Okay.
taco without everything on it except for
It's basically a taco without everything on it. That's your description to get someone to eat straight sour cream. It's a taco without everything on it. Why do I want that? I want the taco, not sour cream.
Yeah, sour cream.
To be
sure.
fair, I don't
Yeah.
eat that part of the taco.
It's
If
not
it's
even
just
a
sour
nacho.
cream.
It's like no.
wait,
I
do
don't
you
like
guys
sour
not
cream.
like sour cream? Is that the problem?
I don't like sour cream at all. So you
have
eating
only
in
that?
general is rough, but just sour cream? Oh.
Yeah.
But you do realize that a lot of like chip dips are sour cream mixed
Yes.
with.
Mixed
So-
with
Yeah.
stuff. That's
So
just
I'm not
sour cream.
disgusted by the
It's not
concept of sour cream. I'm disgusted by the taste of sour cream. So if it's
Fair.
well hidden, I'm okay. But just straight sour cream on a chip, it looks good too. I want to like it. Things look beautiful with sour cream on top. They
Mhm.
just don't taste beautiful. It's different.
I like sour cream, like on a taco, like you said, or something like spicy to cool it down when it's mixed, like Vin was saying. But what bothered me more about what you said about sour cream isn't even so much sour cream anymore. It's that you described it as a taco without everything.
so much
Yeah.
passion.
Why is that enticing to someone?
I don't know.
That's like
Maybe-
saying, here you go, here's the sandwich. It's just the bread. Everything else is gone.
Bread and
It's
mayo.
not a- it's not a
bread and
sandwich.
mayo. Bread and
Somebody
mayo.
might find that interesting. There are plain Janes in the world, Christopher.
That's not plain Jane. That's another
And
level.
that's okay.
Yeah,
That's
that's
perfectly
like
okay.
Crazy
Don't
Carrie.
advertise yourself as
Everyone's so
taco.
angry at me for,
No,
like,
it's not, Chris. It's not okay. I grew up in a house. My mom used to make a piece of bread with mayonnaise on it, and my two siblings used to eat it.
Okay,
Laurel,
that-
your face right now,
What?
Laurel, it's the same thing you're doing with chips and sour cream.
no, it's so
Yeah.
different.
You have the carb base and the random filler topping. It's disgusting.
Mayonnaise is disgusting.
It's just.
I don't disagree with you. Did I tell you I wasn't the one eating them? I'm just
That's
letting you know.
wild. I've never heard that
I
before.
live. Yeah,
Wow.
it's disgusting. Also, the first time I had Nutella was just on bread.
Okay,
I've had that.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
gross.
It tastes bad. I don't know if I
That's
don't
a
like
little more
toasted
Nutella.
bread?
acceptable than mayonnaise, I feel.
I agree.
Yeah, mayonnaise is
Mhm.
just.
I'm just saying there's something with my family and just putting
Bread.
one thing on a piece of bread and calling it delicious. I don't know what it is. I think it's gross.
Gotcha.
Yes, thank you for that, Laurel. You completely
problem.
grossed us all out, and we're not eating dinner
It
tonight.
was a very good conversation starter.
Mhm.
Yes. I do want to jump in though. I want to ask and just catch up with you guys. But I want you to tell me first, what is the funniest or craziest thing that has happened to you around you that you've witnessed during quarantine?
Yikes.
Mm,
There's a lot of those.
Yo, so I have one. The other day I was in Hempstead in this line to get some cash out of the ATM, and I saw this guy wearing half of a bra as a mask. It was half of
What?
it.
Oh
And then,
my god.
and then listen, I looked it up. It's
Wait,
the thing. It's the thing.
wait,
It was
I
like
have a question.
when there were like no masks around and stuff. It was half of a bra. How do I knew this? Because he had the weird thing that some bras have around. I don't know what's it called. I'm not a woman.
Like underwire?
No, the like decoration type thing. I don't know
The
what it is.
lace?
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 Like a lace trim?
Yeah, but yeah, and it went around here in a weird angle.
But
And it
how does
had
that
the angle.
work?
It worked. You guys can look it up.
So
It's
Wait
people-
a second. Wait, I have a
Wait.
question.
We're not gonna look
Was
at
it was literally like the bra was cut up in just like the one half of it, or did he have on like the full thing, but it was just
No.
like
half of it.
Hanging there.
No, the thing is, at first when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, a man is wearing something that's kind of like very feminine," and I was like, "All right, probably the daughter made it." And then I stare at him for like a good minute, and I'm like, "I seen something like that before, but where?" And it
I've
took me a
seen
minute.
something like that.
Yeah, you know when you do laundry and you're like cleaning around.
Yeah, you need
Did it
just
have the
deja
little
vu,
clips
man.
on
Just-
What?
Did it have the clips? Was he using it right?
He had like half of it hanging in one side.
That's
and
really
something
crazy.
like this wrap around. Bro, I was like, no way. And then if you look it up online, you will find tutorials teaching you how to make a mask out of a bra.
Find tutorials.
But just use a bandana for crying out loud. Like, I
What if you don't have a
use
bandana? 'Cause what you don't you
I
don't
guess it's more
people
common to have
don't-
a bra laying around
yeah.
the house than a
I
bandana.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, okay, I guess people are using whatever they can. So,
I mean,
but
I used a
first
scarf for like the first 2 weeks. I
Yeah,
never
scarf
did
there.
it cross my mind to use a bra over my mouth.
no.
Yep, I don't
It's
know, man.
I tried to find like the most ridiculous masks to make in my house so people look at me funny. Like I have a giant skull mask where I have one that's like just teeth and everything. So
Oh, I wear that one too.
That's wild. All right, who's next?
craziest thing I gotta think.
Crazy, funny. Just give me something. Something good.
I don't know. I've been staying home like a good citizen. But the other
Ooh,
day,
ooh,
the other
ooh.
day I was out and it wasn't really that crazy. It was just, you know how there are those kind of streets that merge onto the highway. So there's streets you're only going down them if you're trying to get on the highway.
Yeah.
There was a dude skateboarding down one of those in the middle of a street, just wearing his mask, trying to get home.
That probably might have been me.
Yeah.
That
I
might
was
have been
I was
me.
concerned.
Come on, Chris. Yes.
Oh my god.
I have a whole story of something that just happened to me, but it was similar. But yeah, that's might have been me.
Dangerous.
Um,
All right, Chris, what's yours?
Yeah.
all right. Well, all right. Yeah. Well, it's kind of a long story, but I'll make it short. Long story short, I wanted to go for a walk the other day, and whatchamacallit, I'm getting bored of walking around Valley Stream and Hendrickson and seeing the same things all the time. So I wanted to see something different. So I was looking up like different trails and different parks to go walk through or whatever. And I was Googling it, and Massapequa had a really nice trail. They had a really nice park and everything. So I'm like, I'm gonna take a drive out to Massapequa and I'm gonna go on that trail, right? Dude, the parkways were empty. It was really hard not to like go just straight 80 miles an hour. It was really hard not to do that on the parkways. But I get there and got my mask on and I'm walking everywhere, right? And I'm walking through the woods. I'm walking through places like it's nice, it's relaxing. Okay. I'm getting lost a little bit, but not really. Like there's still markers on the trees and stuff. So like I'm not too worried. But
This sounds like the beginning of actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
so I'm walking around. And then at one point I wasn't paying attention to where I was walking because I was listening to Tori Kelly. She went live on Instagram. So I was listening to it and she had like a full-on worship session and everything. And it was really dope. So I'm listening to it, but I'm not paying attention to where I'm going. So I wound up walking. And when I finally like came out to find like civilization, I was on the side of a highway. So
Yeah.
I came out and I'm on the side of the highway and I'm looking around and I'm like, how the heck did I get over here kind of thing, right? So I'm on the side of the highway and I'm wondering what the heck to do. So I saw some dude ride his bike across the highway. So I'm like, oh, there's the bike path. So I run across the highway, okay, and I walk on the bike path, but I don't stop and think what way should I walk that is going to complete me in a full circle to put me back to my car. I just got to a direction and said, I'm gonna go that way and just pick the direction. So I'm going the complete opposite direction, but I don't know it yet. And I keep walking. Eventually, like I'm walking and I'm like, this doesn't look like a trail anymore. Like I feel like I'm lost. So I kept going straight because I'm like, if I'm not lost and I turn around, I'm gonna get more lost by trying to go back to where I was and stuff. So I just kept going straight. So I go straight to the point where I end up literally walking off the off ramp of the highway, and I come out to a street corner, and in front of me are two signs, and to the right it says Farmingdale is this way, and the other one says Levittown is that way.
God. Oh my goodness.
Damn.
I
dude.
parked in Massapequa, and I'm now either going towards Farmingdale or Levittown. Okay. So my phone's on like 5% also because I wasted so much of the battery on the Instagram. I didn't realize it. So now I don't even GPS where to go. So I'll call my mom real quick. And I'm like, Mom, I don't got time to like BS around. I need to get home and I don't know which way to go. And she's like, all right, well, you have to go south. I said, Mom,
Oh.
I said, Mom,
helpful.
do you really think a kid that just walked the complete opposite direction and walked like 2 towns over something knows where the heck the direction south is? I'm like, you serious? And she's like, well, you gotta find south. I'm like, I'm like, all right, my phone's gonna die. Whatever. Got off the phone. So I started walking towards Levittown because I knew Farmingdale was like further out east. So I'm like, let me go to Levittown. So I see the parkway as if I was driving where it said Massapequa South. So I'm like, oh wow, look at that, south. So literally the only way to go was to get onto the ramp as if you were driving. So I'm literally walking on the on-ramp to the parkway to go back towards Massapequa. And I've never wanted a cop to pull up more than I did in this moment. Cause I'm like, if a cop pulls up and sees this crazy guy walking on the side of the highway, he might stop and ask me what's going on and stuff. And in that case, I'm just gonna be like, yo, can you give me a ride back to my car, please? So that never happened. I wound up just walking all the way back to my car. I got to the Massapequa at 3:30. Okay. I got out of my car, got ready at 3:40. I didn't get back to my car till 6:30. I walked like, I don't know how many miles I walked, but my knee was in so much pain the next day. And that was, yeah,
You are
I'm so
wild, man.
sorry.
That's
it
insane.
was
story.
You
quite
can't
an
trust me,
adventure.
man. You're supposed to navigate us places.
No, I always claim to never know where I'm going unless I'm like dead set. I know where I'm going,
How
but
do you even read a compass? I don't know. I'll buy you a compass.
thanks.
Yeah.
That's-
Phones have a compass on them. I mean, I know you're on 5%, but I know an iPhone does. I know you don't have one. I'm just saying.
My phone has a
Right?
compass also.
You know what they should make? They should make compasses built into.
Well, that's what I was
your-
asking. Why don't you just?
That way, if you never get
What do you think?
lost,
Some
you just shoes look at
do.
your shoes and it tells you where you go. Some sneakers have that.
I'm just gonna
On the
say,
back.
Interesting.
Like,
it's
small
very
ones.
simple to know where you're at just by looking at the way the wind is blowing.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna try that next time.
Yes, you know, Danny, I
thought that was
looked up.
just
I was trying to gauge how much sunlight I had left too. I was able to tell by the sun and the shadow casting. Yes, that was.
You just
First-
gotta go a
Easier to
general
keep that
direction,
on
man.
the
Just
ocean.
one.
I feel like.
Yeah, I'm very used to just know exactly where I'm at, knowing what the town is directed to.
Yeah,
You know?
that's true.
Like your mom was right. If you went south, you were gonna end up in Massapequa. Because Farmingdale is really like
Well, that's why I started walking towards Levittown because I knew Farmingdale was further. So I'm like, at least Levittown.
You can't walk around Levittown like that.
Did
All
I?
right,
I had.
who's next? Who's next? Christy, you got a story for us? I'm
Um,
trying to argue about where Levittown is. So.
I started live streaming on Twitch because why not? I'm just talking. I'm not playing any video games or anything. I literally just talk to random people. And the other day I made $400. So yeah,
How'd you make $400?
$400.
I don't know.
Connect the dots.
Literally, I don't.
What dots, July?
The invisible dots between Twitch and $400.
Oh, there they are. How you make $400?
You just talk to people and they donate. I don't know. It's just
So people are paying.
Yeah,
People are paying to talk to people.
That's the dot.
but like they don't pay to get in the chat. They just come in and then they just drop money.
Like, oh, she sounds interesting, or oh, she's pretty. Let me pay her.
Y'all have that much, Christy, this is nothing against you at all, but y'all have that much money to waste on just people talking?
I don't think it's well.
There's some
I
like
don't know.
lonely people.
Yeah, I don't know. But all I know
I'm
is
sorry, listen, I have little money as it is. The little money I have, I am not, if I'm gonna go justify spending on anything, it's not gonna be watching someone talk to me on the computer.
maybe
Well,
you
Chris,
should go
maybe
on
you
Twitch.
should jump on
Twitch
Twitch and
guy.
start
Get
live
someone.
streaming yourself.
We should
Wow.
do lives on Twitch and get money for it. That's what I learned from that.
If I could
Be
just
the
be one of
light.
those angry, loud, explosive people on Twitch, share stories of my dad and scream and stuff like that, I feel like that's
Chris,
like
just
You
TikToks
make money,
now.
So
man.
much money to hear your dad talk.
Your pain is gonna turn into your financial gain, man. That's it.
I got a ton of that, man. Let's do it.
I wish I had some of the stuff from my dad growing up on film. It would make millions.
Agreed.
Sad. Dang. So mine, I have a bunch of crazy stories because I've been locked in a house with my children. And they're nuts. But if you saw, I put it on my Instagram if you follow me. But man, they have been going crazy recently. And so we were pretty busy trying to like make dinner and get everything together. And Kyrie is like 1.5. She's gonna be 2 in July. And she just went into our cabinet and took out a thing of chopped garlic and just kept yelling at me that she wanted it. And I was like, no, you can't have that. I put it back. She went back in and she got it. Like 3 or 4 times, she took it out and she gave it to my wife who sat on the couch. And she's screaming at us that she wants this chopped garlic. And she doesn't understand anything. So I'm like, give her the chopped garlic. So I gave her a spoon and she brought it to my wife. And my wife gave her a spoonful of chopped garlic. And her face was just
It was the best
Amazing.
reaction.
amazing.
Really
Yeah.
sad. It was sad.
She was probably expecting something sweet.
That's what happens. Today, I found her with 2 binkies in her mouth at the same time.
Aw.
I didn't even know it was possible, but she just chilling. 2 at once. I'm like, what are you doing?
Aw.
That's gangster.
That's
Here
gangster.
she goes. This is the chopped garlic.
She starts crying. Aw.
Listen, you get to a point where it's time for some tough love, okay? And that's where we were.
Yeah, that's right.
Dude, my favorite part of that video,
I
favorite
committed.
part is Julia starting to laugh before anything.
Yeah.
That's my
Well,
favorite.
You couldn't see it because of the angle, but the face she made, like before she even cried, the face she made was just golden. Hey, we got a question from our YouTube audience. All right.
Oh, dope.
Oh, dope.
Yes. What hobbies have you picked up during quarantine?
See.
I've been starting to play video games. I'm not a video game person, but I'm starting to do it, you know?
Danny's getting into video games. Okay.
New things.
Yeah.
Danae's getting into creeping on videos. Got it.
Which one? I think
I know what's happening.
Oh, look, it's Charlie with Chris.
Wait, never mind.
Okay.
All right. What else? July, tell me what you gotten into because you have like a billion skills. Every time I go on your Instagram, you're like, look, I just made a ball gown. I have nowhere to go.
I'm actually making a bucket hat right now for my
Oh, word?
IGTV. Yeah, it's exciting. So I guess yeah, I've been making stuff and I've been baking a lot more
ooh, baking.
all the time. I used to tell my mom like if you see me baking, I'm starting to go stir crazy. So obviously during quarantine, there's been a lot of pies.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
that's what I've been up to.
Okay. I saw the empanada story on there. Go ahead, Christy.
I don't know why I raised my hand. Sorry. I've been trying TikTok recipes because why not? And some of them have worked out really well. I made like the fluffy pancakes, the ones that like jiggle. I don't know You know what I mean?
How'd
by
that
You know
go?
those,
What?
it went really well the second time. The first time they were flat.
Wait,
did
what,
something
wait,
wrong.
what do the pancakes do?
They're like
They
these
jiggle.
souffle pancakes. You like have to make them really whipped up. I don't know. They were so good though. And then there's like this Oreo one that went viral, and that was disgusting. And I don't
The
recommend you try
microwave?
it.
When you
That-
put them in and you
That's-
crush them up in your microwave, I
Legally,
didn't
it has
trust
such
it.
a weird, gross taste and texture. Don't do it. But yeah, I've been trying to see if like these TikTok recipes work. Half of them do, half of them don't. So it's fun. But yeah.
I've been there. Me and Jules, when we were dating, found we found some video on making brownies in a waffle iron, and it's like a waffle with like an amazing brownie version.
Interesting.
We broke the waffle iron. Yeah, it like the brownies got cooked like into the metal. I don't know. We never got to eat it.
Oh my
The waffle iron was destroyed. Everything was bad, and I suggest don't do it.
Oh man.
Interesting.
Yeah. The good news is my mom had like 4 waffle irons, so didn't really notice it went missing.
That's crazy.
What else? Who you guys getting into anything else?
I've just been like researching just random things I've been interested in, but have never really looked into. So like, I've been watching like a lot of videos and reading a lot of articles about the ocean and stuff like that. Different things. Like it's always been curious to me like how deep the ocean is and like what's actually in the ocean and stuff that we don't know about. So doing that. Or I've been watching just like a bunch of FBI stuff and like how to search for spies and crowds and be a whole private investigator thing. Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Well, you mentioning the ocean reminded me that Danny once caught a fish with his bare hands while
Oh,
surfing
yeah.
by punching it in the face.
what?
We love that
Yeah.
story.
Danny, can you tell us that story, man?
Yeah, so it was funny. So for the people that don't know, I am an ocean lifeguard. So I spend majority of my summer, or I used to, at the beach. Specifically, I was at Point Lookout, and I'm sitting there, and I just see something weird popping in and out from like the little waves, and stupid me is like, I'm gonna check what that is. Mind you, there are actual sharks that go into the sea to have the little sharks. So I go out and I see the fish not making it past the break. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna push the fish back. So I push the fish back, and I'm going back on the surfboard trying to catch the wave. And then the fish is right next to me, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna name you dinner. So I just went after him, chased him a little bit, grabbed her right underneath the surfboard. I put my fingers inside his mouth, and I grabbed him from the tail. So I was like, all right. I don't know. I was freaking out because the waves can actually tilt you, and I was going to be in the fish element. I was freaking out a bit. I'm not going to lie. It was a big fish, but I wasn't sure what it was. So I just pulled it out, smack it against the board, and started jumping. And the first reaction that I had was start to smacking him with all my strength.
Why is this your first like instinct to do to a fish that your instinct was just in the water? Kill it.
When something alive is in front of you and you are in the ocean and you're just like, I can't believe I just did this. That's so stupid. You just react. So
That's true.
I got out and I realized it's a stray bass. It was about, what was it? 36, 37 inches.
It was big. It was really big.
Big. And I have a video of it. Like, I don't know what am I supposed to do with this fish. So
So he ends up coming to my house with a garbage bag, a big black garbage bag, and he's holding like a trophy. He's like, "Look, I caught a fish! I caught a fish!"
And
It's just like this big black garbage
and
bag.
your mom and
That's
Mrs. Burger.
crazy. Isn't 37 inches like 3 feet though? That's insane.
With his bare hands.
It was
Didn't catch that.
I have a picture.
it was like this big.
Wow.
It was big. I don't know what kind of fish that was, but it was big.
And it was good. We ended up eating it.
It was
on,
the best fish I ever ate. Seriously, it was really good.
Okay, so here I have a picture.
I believe it.
Wow.
That's insane, dude.
And I think I have the video.
Was it good? Did you eat it?
It was
Really good.
delicious. It was like strangely very good. It was the best fish I ever had.
That's the taste of survival.
I really didn't.
The taste of survival.
Not for the fish.
It was really good.
But
While we're really quick, while we're on Danny's beach stories, Danny, want to tell him about the time that you swam to a shark?
He did what?
I didn't know about that.
Danny
one.
thought he saw a shark and he swam towards it because he thought it was protocol at the beach. Danny, finish this story now.
So I got really confused, right? Because I thought we were supposed to get people out. And I did got the people out, but then I stayed in the water just to make sure that there was nothing around. And when I'm paddling, I'm like, you know what? This is kind of dumb, but I guess I got to do it. Nothing's going to happen to me. I'm on the surfboard. Mind you, again, you
Soul
can...
surfer?
you've ever seen a movie about sharks and surfboard?
Wait. The movie paint the sharks are really evil things. If you don't mess with them, possibilities are they're not going to mess with you. Also, the type of shark that pops in Long Island is not that big. It's not that aggressive. They usually just go around. If you know Long Island and you know the bridge in between the Wantagh Parkway and Ocean Parkway, you will see that sometimes you see them there. They're little, but you know, yeah, I actually have a video of one at Point Lookout. Then remember that time that I ran to the beach you were at?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah, I have a video of that same place. They found. Look, I took a picture. We found a shark there.
That just makes me feel so unsafe. Like I wish you didn't show me that.
Don't worry about it. He was dead
I grew
We're
up
already.
never
like
gonna go back to the
afraid
beach.
of the ocean, and now I kind of am.
They,
Like, I
they
used to get
went-
pinched by crabs on the feet, but that was it. Like it wasn't that big of a deal.
Danny, you take me surfing with you all the time. Like, yeah, that's
Oh, yeah, so it gets a little crazy, but I did that, and
It's a
I
little
tried.
crazy.
A little crazy.
Just a little bit.
I got yelled at, but that's besides the point. Everybody was laughing because they thought I was the dumbest person in the world, and I was like,
In that moment, person that didn't know to swim towards a shark.
I think my brain just like
No, that's amazing.
it went into like a strike, and it's like I'm not gonna work for a couple minutes, but I'm fine.
Like, who would win in that situation? Danny or a shark?
the
Like, we
shark.
both know who would
Yeah.
win.
I feel like if there was a killer after us, I feel safe with Danny.
100%.
First instinct
But-
to just
Well, he's either going to be the first
Okay.
one to die or the first one to take him out, and I'll be safe.
yeah.
At least a
That is
little
very
longer
true.
either way.
Either way, you're safe, you know. But yeah, I have a lot of those stories, but I miss it. Going back to it, it makes me feel a little melancholic about it.
Yeah, man, I miss outdoors now.
What?
Yeah.
I just said I miss being outdoors now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm at the beach. Weather's nice.
Baseball season.
Hailing out 5 minutes ago.
It was.
Yeah.
Don't even
My
get me
whole
started on
grass
that.
was white. There was no green left on my grass. It's pretty insane.
Yeah.
Did anyone get a tornado watch warning?
What?
Huh?
Did anyone get like a tornado watch warning?
Yeah, there's a tornado watch.
Huh? I didn't know about all that.
We ain't never even have no tornado, but I mean,
I mean, it was just a watch. Not
Yeah.
My brother's watching us right now, and he's sending another picture of the fish.
That one looks small.
Dude, it's crazy.
Insane.
All right, so there's a lot of questions that I've gotten.
oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Well, it's a lot of the same questions. So we need your best
Okay.
fan theory. A lot of the questions are, where is CJ? So we need to come up with some quick ideas. Where
Oh,
do you think CJ is right now? Go.
Jay is
Probably
Mountain
talking
Range.
to a homeless man.
CJ is shaving his dad's back.
A second that was
He's buying a homeless guy McDonald's.
He's fighting hand-to-hand
Probably,
coronavirus
actually.
right now. He's punching.
He's fighting coronavirus with his bare hands. I like that. Well, that's where CJ is, guys. I know you miss him.
DJ is taking a selfie of another delivery that he has.
Yeah.
we love those selfies.
Another day, another delivery.
DJ, I love you, bud. I love you, dude.
Yo, Nate Moore just said on the chat he misses hating on the Knicks. So sports is canceled. If you didn't see Chris's name on Zoom, as I need sports back. But the NFL draft is coming at you live in 2 days from now, and I'm dying.
Guys, you need to understand something about me. Majority of my TV that I watch, like the reason I kind of keep cable around is for my live sports. Like that's it. Like
Oh yeah.
I didn't know
Like-
you keep paying that bill, Chris.
Like it's it's freaking it kills me. The NHL playoffs are about to start. The Rangers are making a huge push to make a comeback. Baseball season was starting. The Yankees are going to win the World Series. We're going to win the World Series this year. Okay, no one cares about basketball anymore because it's nothing of what it used to be back in the '90s when it was good. So
You're gonna get some comments on that.
sorry. I mean, all right, wait. All right, let's make that a little more. Let's make it just like a logical statement. Okay. If you look at the game of basketball, the way it was played back when like Jordan and like Kobe and Shaq were together, and you had all those dudes like I'm gonna give early 2000s, like the 90s, all of that. To the way the game is played now, basketball was a much different game.
Yeah.
Like I watch basketball nowadays, dude. People go to the drive in for a layup, or they're in the paint, and everything's a foul. Everything's a foul.
True.
It's like back in the day, you were fighting like you came out of the paint sometimes with a bloody nose from an elbow when you got no call. I mean, like I think that's a little ridiculous, but I do think like you completely took away the whole aspect of like the passing game and like the really like driving and like and all that, and now you made it like a complete shooters game, which is why you got people like Klay Thompson, Steph Curry. You got stupid shooters. I mean, it's fun to watch sometimes, but you miss that aspect of people like playing rough and physical. Basketball is like I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't mean to be so harsh and say that like the game sucks. It doesn't. It's still a fun sport. I enjoy playing it, but if I have to rank it on which sport I want to watch, it's not up there because every 2 seconds the whistle is being blown and the game takes 5 hours. So
Yeah, I got you, bro. Nate is hitting me with some interesting facts right now.
about what?
What?
Rob Gronkowski officially came out of retirement.
It's
and
official?
got traded to the Buccaneers.
That I told you guys we were just
But
talking.
how does he get traded if he's
You know
retired?
how Marshawn Lynch got traded to the Raiders when he came back? Because he's like, I'll come back, but I ain't playing for no Seahawks. They basically did that, and they just traded him to Tampa Bay.
He's playing for the Raiders.
That
Tampa
guy,
Bay is insane right now.
insane. I agree.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. That's all I'm saying.
Bro.
Gronk went out on top with how many rings, an MVP. I'm saying, I don't know.
Nah, this is epic. He's back.
I mean, it's epic, but I don't know. I
The
don't know.
boys are back. Tom Brady has the best passing targets he's had in his entire career.
That's true. That's true.
Meme about it. Look,
They now have. Do they still have Cameron Brate, man? That's going to be like 3 solid tight ends over there with Howard, Gronk, and Brate is dope. I don't know if he's still there though.
I have no idea.
That's
Honest to
insane.
God.
But we're not talking sports today. We're just talking in general. Sorry, everybody.
thank you for the facts, Nate. We miss you.
Yes, Nate, we miss you, bro. Hey,
Sure.
moving forward, we're gonna have
Thank you.
probably less people on these calls, but we want to get some students involved as well. So if you would, hey, throw in the comment section something you'd like to get on, just chat with us about. We want to, just talk about stuff that's going on. We want, Chris and Danny want to do a workout tutorial with you guys, and we'll just talk while they're doing that. We're gonna have some DIY stuff, some baking stuff. Christy said she'd do a makeup tutorial. I don't know. if she
TikTok
did
recipes.
TikTok recipes live.
TikTok.
Christy do one and I'll do one, and then you'll see whose came out better. It will definitely be her.
Yes.
Bake off.
Yo, I
Love a challenge.
forgot that you're really good at baking, yo.
I actually, when I started saying it, I forgot that too, and I was like, me versus Christy, and I was like, mine's gonna look like trash and hers gonna look good. Then I remember I know how to make cakes, but I can't cook. That I'm
I
not.
can cook. I'm not good at baking, so you might win at that, but I can cook.
I'm not good at baking either. I decorate. It's different.
Yeah.
Different animal.
I don't have the tools that you have though. Like even though you have like that one thing where you make those flowers, bro, I don't know if I could compete with that.
Yeah, but I got one move, man. I got one move, and you know what move's coming. You just have to defend it.
You're right. All right. All right.
Just so you guys who don't know, for my daughter's birthday one year, for her first birthday, I was looking to get a cake, and it was expensive, like $300 for a cake that served 40 people, and I had like 60 to 70 people I had to feed cake to. So I decided that I am not paying for a cake. So I learned how to decorate a cake from YouTube videos. CJ, my biggest villain, came in, told me, don't do it yourself. You're gonna mess it up. Buy one from Stop and Shop. I was like, no way. And he's like, yes, they're professionals. I'm like, they're not professionals. They just get paid to hit a button because the machine does the work.
Really,
I made my own cake. This is the first cake I ever decorated for my daughter's first birthday. Is what it looked like.
It was so cute.
That's so
little pink
good.
roses.
Vinny,
And it's
That looks
all
like one you buy at the store.
It
make
looks
my
better than when you buy
Not
this
not
thing.
like Stop and Shop either. Like
I
Yeah,
know.
Stop and Shop's
That was
not
my
even
first
on your
one.
level. You're above Stop and Shop level.
This
mhm.
is for people who don't believe me, because then I made this one for a gender reveal. Then CJ got a water bottle stuck out of his butt in the middle of teaching one time.
What happened?
There you go, Jeremy Samuel for the win.
He looks really young.
I forgot about that. Oh my god.
Then I made one for an engagement party.
Oh yeah.
My
So
daughter's
the real
next
question is,
birthday.
are you going to sell this anytime soon? Are you going to like make a little
Yeah, are you
business?
offering your services?
Vinny's cake?
I'm here, man. If you want to give me some money, I'm here for it. Okay. I've
That is
just
in my head.
Give us money.
Yeah.
Vinny,
what?
my wedding cake.
I'll make you a wedding cake. I'm not charging you nothing.
I
But
love that.
I'm gonna just tell you right now, it's gonna look like that. So you can pick the color. You can pick the color, but that's my only move.
What if I paid for somebody to make like a really nice naked cake and then you decorated the whole thing?
Listen, if you want to do that, that's fine. I am going to be freaking out. 'Cause I've
No, you
never
have to just
touched something like that.
You
practice.
can just
have
do one thing
practice.
at a
I've done it.
It's
I
like,
could do that move. Whatever you need with that move, I could do it. And I'll do it for you. I'm not charging you to do it. All right.
Yo, you look for people asking. CJ is gonna be here teaching how to make the story time TikTok.
story time TikTok. They want CJ to make a story time TikTok. Here it again.
What is a story time TikTok?
Oh,
his one other
yeah.
Story time didn't even. It ended like the woman like did some weird thing, and that was the story.
Yeah.
Like I was
Anna
expecting
actually
much
sent me
more
that.
of the
I was
story.
very
Is
confused.
it a TikTok of you telling a story? Is that what it is? Or am I?
No, CJ made a TikTok the other day of some woman that came to his job and like just did some like weird hand gesture and to him, but that was the story. Like there wasn't no build up. There wasn't a story plot. It was just like 6 seconds.
Sounds
was
like
a
he's not very.
weird hand gesture, something that we would have laughed at.
I mean,
and laughing with 2 different things.
I would be laughing at.
he works in the food store. You get the crazies in the food
You do.
stores. Like
You get great. He told me he
It's
has
true.
people who come in every single day.
yes, dude. When I used to work in the deli in King
No,
Cullen, you
Chris,
had
in
people.
the middle of Corona.
Oh, it's
Oh,
Rona.
I wasn't. Yeah, that wasn't.
In the middle of Corona, people are going there every day for.
What
like,
do you need every day?
What do you
from
need
the
that you can't
supermarket?
pick up the day before? How short term do you think? Like,
I had
could have Corona tomorrow. This food can go to waste, so I'm not gonna get anything.
I had a woman. When I used to work in the deli in King Cullen, she would come in every day and get a 1/4 pound of cheese. And one day, like, one coworker, he was like super outgoing, and he's like, "Ma'am, why do you come every day and get a 1/4 pound of cheese? Why don't you just buy like a pound of cheese or something, and then like have it last the whole week and only come once a week?" She goes, "It's cheaper if I buy a 1/4 pound every day versus just a pound once and then just save it."
That's including gas.
And we're like, my coworker and I looked at each other. We're like, dude, what? We're
that
like,
makes
we're
no
like,
sense.
we're like, if
Zero.
you listen, I learned one thing. If you have friends that work in the deli department, or if you ever do or anything, don't try and understand the people. Just give them what they want and get them out.
100%.
Because they'll mentally
I
drain
agree.
you because just get them out.
I think
Yes.
that's customer service in general, to be honest.
Get them out.
Yeah.
Great life lesson.
And just do what you think they want, especially in the deli department, because
Oh
it's
my
skilled
God.
and they can't complain until they get home. So you probably switch shifts by then.
That is
Been there, Chris. Okay.
I know. We both have.
All right. Another question for you guys. We just missed youth convention.
Oh God.
Give me your
Bad.
best or funniest memory from youth convention. Give me something good here, because we're all missing out on being together there.
Oh, funniest story from youth convention?
Best or funniest? I have one, but it's inappropriate. I don't know if I want to tell it,
I don't think you can.
but that
I
makes me
wouldn't.
want to tell it more.
I would.
Okay, so I do have one. I have 2, but I'm gonna say the one that's like great to say. we were at the mall, right, last year, and everybody was doing their own thing. And I forgot the group of people that actually left the bigger group, and they were sitting on a table, and I had this officer just showing up in their table and asking them where the parents were at. They were saying nothing. They didn't speak. There was like
Our group of kids or
Yeah.
somebody.
no, it was somebody else. Like it was like one kid of every group. You know how we get divided in different groups, right? So like think about one kid from a different group just came together and created another little group, and they're just sitting on a table, and the cop is asking them, like not the mall cop is asking them, hey, where are your parents at? And none of them is speaking. These kids wouldn't shut up the entire weekend, but when not like mall cop is asking them something, they're like speechless. So I walk up to them, it's like, oh, they're with me, we're with the church. And there's like, all these kids are with you? And like, now we're divided. And I explain myself to the mall cop. It's like, oh, okay, I understand that. The thing is, a kid goes missing here every 5 minutes. And I'm like, that's really odd and very exact. And it's like, how do
Kind of
you
creepy.
know that? And there's a big mall, and we always every 5 minutes we get a kid. I think it was like just trying to scare me.
Mhm.
But if that was a real fact, think about having a missing kid in that mall every 5 minutes.
Dude,
That was
that's
that.
crazy.
And I thought it was really funny because one of the kids told me that he thought he was getting arrested. And I'm like, no, buddy, that's not how it works.
Oh,
Can you even get arrested by a mall cop?
No, you can
No.
get taken to a jail, and they have to call parents, or they have to call public safety first, and they're the real cops. Do not ask me how do I know the process.
I won't.
Paul Blart cannot arrest you.
So bad, but I know I shouldn't.
Bart's a cool dude. I like him.
He was a cool dude.
All right, who else? Who else got a good youth convention story?
I got two stories. I can tell one really quick, and then I'll tell the other one. But
Tell
so
us one.
one, it's really, you're gonna love it. It's really funny.
Just
It
tell us
didn't,
one.
it didn't happen to me.
Just
It
one.
happened to my dad when he went.
Just one.
All right.
Oh.
No, I'll tell that one. I like my story better. I was in youth convention, right? I'm with one of my best friends. I'm with Steve, right? And whatchamacallit, we happened to get conjoining rooms this year. I had never been in the adjoining room before. So like I was pretty hyped that like I got to be in one. It's little things that make me happy. So what me and a bunch of other kids that I had in my room were doing were, I think like they were all out somewhere, they were in the lobby. It was just Steve in the other room. We took all of the furniture from our room and we brought it into their room and put it on all their beds. So anything that we could unplug or move, we took it out of our room and put it into theirs. So we had desk lamps, we had a giant plant, we had the flat iron. You had the ironing table, the iron. We had all of our pillows and everything. We had all the rolling chairs that you had in there. That big like lounge chair, like that's usually in the corner, that was on their bed. And we literally just took all the furniture and threw it in their room. And it was they just walk in to see all this furniture just on their beds, and it was probably one of the funniest things ever. But then we made them put it back in our room. We didn't touch anything. So we made them put it back.
Dude, I remember hearing that. Like, I remember someone had a coffee pot, the whole coffee pot, under their covers. Like, they were so mad.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
And how?
What?
Like, what do you
Listen,
think?
when you just start like when you're trying to just prank someone or something, and it's just everything is happening in the moment, you don't think, it's just funny and you're just going and like, so
No, but like, what do you like? Somebody had a
oh,
pot.
Laurel, okay,
just
like a
He
coffee
took
pot.
the entire
go
coffee
like-
pot, not just the little part that goes
you
in
go
there
like-
to catch the coffee, the whole coffee pot, and put
Yeah.
it under their
Under-
covers
yeah.
in the bed, not just throwing it on the bed, in their bed, under the cover.
Was somebody sleeping in the bed?
No, it was when they were
No.
out of the room.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
yeah. We wanted to, because everyone, I love pranks, I love practical jokes, I think they're great, but we're coming to like times where it's like it's like it's very hard to do them because everyone's so sensitive about things and stuff. You don't want to pay for damages on stuff. So I had to think of like a meaningless, like still a fun prank, but something that's not going to be too harmful. Moving all the furniture to another room it fit the mold perfectly. So
Yeah,
that's
We'll
one of
have
my
to do a
favorites.
pranks episode.
Oh,
I'm down for that. But we have to like change the names. We cannot reveal the actual victims. It would be too shameful.
We'll make up a name and you'll know who I'm talking about.
yeah.
What else you got? Did we have any more questions in the comments?
No current questions. Youth convention, I just miss all like the stupidity that happens.
Oh my gosh.
And like, I got to tell you, from the perspective of like having to lead that trip, it is such a headache. Like, you got like 70 people. Like, it's different when we go on other trips because you just go and you park and you're there. But at youth convention, you have to move 70 people constantly. And it is
you have to,
a headache. So when something stupid happens, it just lightens you up so much. It's amazing.
like
I
when you
just
start
miss
to
all
go
the
home with half the youth
stupid
group when it's
interaction.
not time to go home.
No, something stupid like dude, I remember when John Cespedes was trying to mac on those ladies in the elevator, and he's literally trying to talk to them. He's like, "Oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. Where are you guys from?" They're like, "Oh, we're from here. Where are you from?" He's like, "Steve, where are we from again?" Like, the dude
Yeah,
forgot. He
dude.
didn't even know. I guess he didn't know they would talk back to him. He didn't even know where he was from anymore. Just stuff like that, you know. Students
Yeah.
getting hand-fed crackers.
No.
Yeah.
Like, well,
We'll leave that one there.
Last year was such a blur. Like
Yeah.
that entire trip.
Oh
Jokes.
man.
Trip usually is a blur for me. I'm just like, I don't have a lot of stupid stories. I have, I'm usually with the fine arts kids. And I mean, it's just hectic. It's so hectic. We're running around like from A to Z in a big like herd of kids and leaders. I mean, I miss it because it's fun, but it's also just like sometimes a blur. But the best part is like the award ceremony and just like,
Yeah.
even if they don't make it, it's just seeing like, the progress of how far our kids did, their scores after, and yeah.
That might be
I
the
don't know.
most painful time.
I couldn't
It's-
hold myself.
It's great if you make it through.
It's great if you make it through, and if not, it is like sucky, but at the same time, like it's nice to see kids that like try and then finally do make it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I agree.
it's
I
like,
just think they make the whole service just disengaging.
well, it's supposed to be like,
They're
final.
definitely shifting that up. I'll tell you that. The thought was the same thing, and they want to change up that last service. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what it means.
Yeah.
But I know that's been in the conversation as far as the ministry team
dope.
that leads that.
That's cool.
Looking forward to that.
Dude, I'm just sad we're missing it. Like,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
everybody was already working hard on this stuff, and some guys are never going to be able to do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All I
that's rough.
remember from last year is that I think on the first, no, I think it was the second night, I had ramen in my bag and I really wanted to make that ramen, but I couldn't find a container and it was like 15 minutes after curfew. And I'm telling you, I ran into like every single leader and they were all like, "Why are you here?" And I was like, "I just want to vote for my ramen."
Crazy. I also remember that I almost stole a kid from another church.
What?
So we had a head count, right? When we were walking out of the building, the convention center. So I'm counting, I'm like 1, 2, 3. And then last year was not only my first year, but there were like a lot of new faces around. Dude, so I grabbed this kid from he's like, he was wearing like a hat. And I just put him on the line and the kid is like freaking out and he starts walking out with us.
I started walking out.
You scare the kid so much that he's like, I don't know who these people are. I'm gonna just start walking because this dude's gonna mess me up or something. So
Emily is talking to Sean, and Sean is like, "Who is this kid?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? Like, he's not part of our group." And then what was the name of this kid? Oh man, I forgot his name. He moved to Florida recently. Skinny. He used to be a wrestler for North Valley Stream High School.
I have no idea who that is.
I feel like I know who you're talking about, but I don't remember the name.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, dude, Albert.
Albert.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Albert. Yeah.
I missed that boy.
Damn,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
He didn't
Hi,
know
Albert.
Florida. I thought
Yeah.
something horrible happened that like
Oh my God.
What's
His
wrong
buddy
with the two of you? Like both of you.
I'm so happy that he moved to Florida.
But wait, so
That's good for him. Not happy he's gone, but happy he's not,
so
You know
Albert
what I mean.
turns around, looks at the kid, and he's like, "Yo, who are you?" And I'm like, "Oh my God." I was like, "Oh, hey buddy, I think you're in the wrong church." And he looks at me like, "Told me to come
Make the kid feel stupid.
go back into the building, please, and find your church."
How is this not the story you told about the funniest thing at youth convention?
It's so bad.
And then I remember Albert was just like, "Daddy, I think that guy was after one of the girls." I'm like, "Nah, no.
I just messed up really bad.
That wouldn't be such a bad thing. Imagine you just popped out in the hotel with a kid. I'll probably get arrested.
Not only did Danny scare the kid so much into making him stay with our youth group, but he then made him feel like it was his fault, saying, "Hey, I think you're with the wrong church right now. Go back and find your church."
Wow.
Imagine going back to your leader after that.
Oh,
Like,
God.
then why did
Honestly-
you follow them? Like, no, you don't understand.
You don't understand.
Can I be honest with you? If one of our students came up to us and said that, dude, probably at that point in the trip, like I probably would have just been like so drained at a point and like listening to all these kids like crazy stories. I would have just been like, "Oh yeah, he pulled you by the hat. Okay, yeah, cool. Just stay over there. We're leaving now, all right?" And I probably would not have believed it. That's 100% honesty. That's
Yeah, for real.
The thing is, I was kind of nervous because I didn't want to lose any of the kids, but I almost got an extra one.
I mean, technically.
Oh, man. All right, well, it's 5:10. We've been on for like almost an hour now. So we had a game plan we didn't get to, so we'll run that another time.
That's it.
Yes. So, all right, y'all. Thanks for joining me today. Everybody, we're going to be back next week, hopefully on our own YouTube channel. If
Hopefully.
YouTube doesn't act stupid again. We love you all. Just want to remind you, stay connected to what we're doing. We have stuff going on Instagram. If you don't follow it, Bethlehem Youth Church Instagram, July runs that, and she stays super up to date on everything. Friday night, we have our small groups. You don't want to miss out on that. And hey, DM the Instagram if you want to be on one of our live calls, or if you have a topic that you want to hear talked about, or if you want to jump on and talk about that topic, DM that so that we can make sure you're in the schedule and we can get you on here with us. All right. Love you all and see you guys soon.
Okay.